TJ Houshmandzadeh is back with us, and he actually worked with Wilson before the draft. But we'll start with LaVar. How excited should Jets fans be about Wilson?
They should be excited. I mean, a fan is a fan, so they're going to be blindly led by emotions and mental feelings and fantasies of what Zach Wilson can be. I mean, be excited until you're not. I mean, let's think about it. Let's go back to the last times they had top 5 overall draft picks, all right? Think about Mark Sanchez in 2009, all right? Take a look at that. Yeah, Rookie of the Year? No. All-Pro? No. Pro Bowler? AFC Champ? No. All right. Sam Darnold, same statistical categories, you would say, of awards. Those are your 2 guys that came in as highly rated, highly touted, respected out of college, guys that, well, you felt were going to be franchise changers. They didn't change the franchise much, that I could tell. Now, they did get 2 divisional deals with Sanchez, but it wasn't because of Sanchez. It was because of some hardcore running and some hardcore defense that was being played in New York. So be excited about Zach Wilson. I don't know that he's a better quarterback coming out of college than what we saw in Sam Darnold and Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez was like football Jesus coming out. There's guys like Sam Bradford, football Jesus is coming out of college. Mark Sanchez is in that category of guys that we looked at, could have been can't miss considered back then, and they missed. And they missed because they went to New York and played for the Jets, where they just can't figure out how to get it all the way right. It's a can't get right organization right now. And it's very difficult to put the onus on one person to be able to go in there and turn around all of the misfortunes, all of the mishaps, all of the bad decisions, culturally speaking, success speaking, all of those different things that exist. I just don't see the shoulders being that strong on Zach. But I will say this, be excited until you're not. Because, I mean, as of right now, he still could be the guy that makes a difference for your team. I sound like
for sure should be
right
excited. He was the number 2 pick of the draft. He's going into this with more weapons as a rookie than Sam Darnold had pretty much the entirety of his time with the New York Jets. The thing that concerns me is this. The slotted system, and Zach Wilson gets into camp late. Like, he was out here in Southern California throwing while the rest of his teammates were in training camp. That concerns me. They're at the top, it's just dysfunctional. I like Saleh as the head coach. I believe defensively he's going to keep them in games. Elijah Moore, Corey Davis as his receivers, that's going to help him. But we need to temper expectations. He is playing well in the preseason, but he is playing against non-starters, LaVar, because nobody wants Dak Prescott or their starters to play in the preseason.
So we want to get our number 2 guy hurt. That's all. Yep, I got you.
They're going against non-starters.
Let him get hit.
You have to be excited. Zach Wilson, he was born to be a quarterback. He was born to throw the ball. If Saleh can get that defense rolling, it's going to take some time. But I believe the Jets will get over the hump because offensively, he has better weapons than Sam Darnold ever had.
Yeah, the Jets fans should be excited, but they should also be reasonable. I agree with you, TJ. It's just be a little patient here with Zach Wilson. I think of Zach Wilson is probably in the most unique situation of all of these rookie quarterbacks as far as what he's going into. Now, look, they could have just asked me about Adam Gase and how to save them some trouble. So I do think they are in a better situation with Robert Saleh, and he's never coached a regular season game in the NFL. But he has brought in his system. He is a very well-respected man, and he's going to try and establish a culture there. Up top, we know what it is. You just mentioned. It's very dysfunctional. That's why they've been a failure year after year after year. And this division is nothing to play with. Miami is no longer in a rebuild. We know what Bill Belichick and the Patriots do to rookie quarterbacks, no matter who he's got at the quarterback position.
They win.
And the Bills are serious. They are Super Bowl contenders. So this is a really rough situation for the Jets and for Robert Saleh and Zach Wilson going into the regular season. But you got to like what you've seen from Zach Wilson in the preseason. I don't overreact to the preseason, or at least I try to not overreact to the preseason. What I want to see from young rookie quarterbacks is poise. I want to see confidence. I don't want to see them making mistakes that you just can't even explain, them being panicky, bailing out on the pocket when it's really not necessary. And he's done a really good job in the preseason. So just keep your expectations based off of what we're actually watching and be patient with the Jets overall. It's not like Tua, where he's going into a situation where you've got a great coach and you've got whole sides of the ball figured out. It's not like Josh Allen, where you have a great coach and a great coordinator, and they're putting all these incredible pieces around him. This is a rebuild from the bottom to the bricks we were building. We took out the building
Beyond
and
the
everything
bricks.
underneath it.
Go
All
to
right,
the
so
dirt.
they are starting, exactly, they are starting over. And Jets fans should definitely be excited about it. They deserve to be excited about it. They should back him all the way. But just, you know,
How
keep
many
it
years
in
does a rebuild take?
perspective.
How many years does a rebuild take?
Well, nobody has a lot of time in the NFL anymore
And that's the
as far as
problem.
rebuilds go.
That's the
Like the
problem.
Dolphins didn't, and the Jets won't. And it does matter where you are. I do think the market matters. Bills fans, a little more patient than Jets and Dolphins fans and Patriots fans. Where you are,
Just want
who
to
your
see
coaches
progress.
are, you need to see progress more quickly, and that does
You
matter.
said 2 years, TJ. Go ahead, Rick. 2
LaVar,
years. Ain't gonna
LaVar,
happen. Go ahead.
why are you raining on the Jets fans' parade? Like, what's the deal here?
I'm just looking at the
They
facts.
have something to be excited about,
Yes.
and you're like, yeah, you know what? Go ahead. You can get excited until
'Cause
you're
you've been
not going to be
excited
excited.
before.
As if you are almost predicting that Zach Wilson is going to fail. And I even understand why you may predict that, because I look at the Jets quarterback history, and it's the safe way to go. Yes, Zach Wilson's not going to work out like any other quarterback, except, and I'm not going to make a big deal about the preseason. I'm not going to have you guys take my argument on Mac Jones and flip it on its head like you did that previous segment. I'm not making too much of preseason. But I will say this, from what we have seen, all things being equal, I feel better about what I've seen from Zach Wilson than I ever saw from Sam Darnold or Geno Smith. And so I look at it and say, yeah, there's reason to be excited. There is the hint that they might have, after all this time, finally found their quarterback, a guy who's capable of playing the position on a good team. Now, here's the problem, and this is where things have to be tempered. Not when it comes to Zach Wilson, but when it comes to the New York Jets as a whole, because they are very much in the rebuilding process. So Zach Wilson may be that guy. They may have found their quarterback, but we're not going to know that until they put a team around him. I look at it very much like the Bengals and Joe Burrow, and not to say
I'm
that
so
Zach
glad
Wilson
you
is
said
Joe
that.
Burrow. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that.
I'm so glad you
What
said
I'm
that.
saying is everybody got excited about Joe Burrow, knowing that the Bengals were still not going to be good in no matter what Joe Burrow did. I feel the same way with Zach Wilson. Like, let's give him a chance. But what we've seen initially, it's like, you know what? They might have found something. I never felt that way with Sam Darnold. I never felt that way with Geno Smith. We'll see with Zach Wilson. But the bottom line is, you're a Jets fan. What else do you have to get excited about? LaVar, let them have their piece of cake, at least for the time being, and not go, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's a good piece of cake, you know, but it's a lot of calories. You're probably going to get cholesterol. It's going to hurt your health.
Hey, TJ.
Like, why do you have to bring up all the other stuff? Just say, you know what? Zach Wilson looks really good. You guys should be excited. And
TJ.
leave it there.
TJ, I got one question I want to ask you. Did you
I'm
play for a
listening, sir.
dysfunctional organization in Cincinnati with a ton of
Yes.
talent on your team? Dysfunctional?
Yes.
With a ton of talent.
Yes.
Now, Joy just said a dysfunctional organization. Did you just say that, Joy? Dysfunctional organization in the New York Jets?
Up top.
That up top. Up top. Was it dysfunctional up top in Cincinnati, TJ?
Yes.
Yes, because it was dysfunctional up top in Washington as well. How many Super Bowls appearances? How well did y'all do? How well did y'all accomplish in Cincinnati with that dysfunction?
What's
Yeah,
your
zero.
point, LaVar?
And you know my
LaVar,
zero.
what's your point?
Hey, let's match those zeros up on national television up on game, TJ. Let me tell you this. The point
Hey, eventually
is,
things have to change somewhere. They
You
gotta,
will
the change
never-
has to start somewhere.
ever, never come around here again and win with dysfunction starting at the top. I'll call it a day.